Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. Today I'm in the kitchen and I am making my crabapple jelly. I have picked all my crab apples off my crabapple tree and I'm just starting to make the jelly. So far I just have the crab apples in the sink and I am just removing the stems and the blossom end of the crab apples. So here are my crab apples. Some of them don't look the best, but I still have to go through them and decide which ones are going to my chickens and which ones are going into crabapple jelly. I like to make crabapple jelly because it's really easy. It's probably one of the easiest recipes that I've made, other than cutting them up and quartering them. I have all my jars ready. I figure with this amount of crab apples, I'm going to be getting a double batch. And it said that I would get 8 of these size of jars. So now that I'm counting them, I have to actually go and grab some more. I also have to get my steam canner because I will be using that to process my crabapple jelly. And I mean, when I say that crabapple jelly is one of the easiest things to make. Berry jelly definitely is easier, but what else do you do with crab apples? Like, I think if you were to do anything else with crab apples other than making crabapple jelly, I think there is more to the process. As far as making the jelly, I'm just cutting the blossom end off. I take the stem off. Oh, that one has quite a bit of blemish in it, and that's how I decide. Like, if I'm cutting off too much, then it's definitely going to go to the chickens. But if I notice that it's just a little bit, I'll cut it off. You quarter it, take the blossom end off, stem out, quarter it, and it goes right into the pot. It's pretty easy. So as far as crab apples go, I think making jelly with the crab apples is definitely faster than other processes as far as crab apples, in my opinion. Anyways, somebody else, maybe you might have an easier recipe with doing crab apples. And you know what? I'd love to hear about an easier way of dealing with crab apples. But again, I am out of crabapple jelly, so this is my best bet. That is something that we enjoy consuming. I will use it for marinades, for pork roasts. We eat it on toast. So here we're all done. That's just the stem and the blossoms. Some of the crab apples had some bug damage to them, so that's going to the chickens. And this is my big pot full, so we're just going to add some water to that. We use bottled water, so I had a bit of water left in this bottle. It should be enough to cover these apples. Hopefully. Okay, just enough. We'll put this on. So that's a pretty good sized pot. This is more than enough to cover these apples. Like, I can push these down and there's definitely still room. We're gonna put this on a high heat and bring this to a boil. I've got some more jars. I just have to wash them up, take some labels off of them. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for these crab apples to get on a boil, we're gonna take these scraps out to my chickens, and I wanna show you my comfrey. These are my new chickens. These are the Sexal chickens. And they're my new laying hen chicks. They won't lay eggs until October. They're actually pretty friendly. They're not that shy. They're not as scared of me as the other three, the older chickens. These ones are a lot braver, a lot more friendlier. So let's go look at the comfrey. So we'll just walk over here where the crabapple tree is. So I picked all of these crab apples just the other day. I noticed I still have one or two, but oh, it was a lot of crab apples to pick. So here's one, and I have new leaves coming up on that comfrey. And then over in this other corner, this is all green still, so it's doing good. This here, if I just pull this off to the side, I think that's just a weed. I don't think that's a comfrey leaf because it doesn't look like a comfrey leaf. I'm not sure if this one's going to make it. And this one in here, I still have a little bit of green right there. So it still has potential. Now, if we come over here, this is the other apple tree that is on the property. This apple tree, I think these are, they look like transparent apples to me. And I only have 6 apples on this tree. But if we look down here, this comfrey is coming in really nice. This one is starting to produce some leaves on it as well. And this one too. I'm really hoping that this will help with these old apple trees. We're coming down to this apple tree. This apple tree has more apples on it. When I counted it last, I think I had about 30. But I'm going to do another count because it doesn't look like 30 again. So I only counted about 20 now. So, and a lot of them could have dropped off. So if you see, and these are just looks like a smaller version. They still look like a transparent apple. But here's the comfrey. So this one I planted. That's coming along great. That one's coming along too. This one, I see a little couple of sprouts coming up here, so it could still be comfrey coming up. It's hard to say, but even if I get 2 out of the 3, I'm okay with that. So that's the reason why I wanted to plant this comfrey, because I had heard and read that comfrey is really great for your fruit trees. So I wanted to help out these older fruit trees that were already on the property. Now how old they are, I have no idea. I mean, I don't even know the variety. They look like a transparent apple. I mean, they could just as easily be a type of a delicious apple, like Golden Delicious, are shaped like that, but so are the transparent. So I'm gonna go with the transparent apple, and I just really am hoping that this comfrey is going to help, because the nutrients that it sends into the ground around your apple trees is just supposed to be phenomenal. So, And I mean, it also has, the Comfrey has medicinal purposes too. I've watched people make a salve from it, and you never know. I might be one of those people. We'll just have to wait and see. I'm just, really, the reason why I planted it was to help out my apple trees. My other fruit trees seem to be doing okay as far as production goes, so I'm not too worried about those as of yet. So I'm bringing this crab apples to a boil. While it's coming to a boil, I am going to be stirring it. And once it comes to a full boil, then I'm going to turn the heat down, and then I'll just have it on a gentle boil. And as it's on a gentle boil, I am going to be smushing with a masher, a spoon, whatever's the easiest, just to get these mashed up. And once it's on a gentle boil, it's going to take them about 30 minutes to get to the point where they're cooked and they're easier to process, going on to making the crabapple jelly. I have all the crab apples, they're cooked. I've been mashing them up. I've been using between a potato masher and my spoon, and I'm just pressing up against the sides of the pot to mash those crab apples up the best that I can. So I think I pretty much mashed them up. I mean, I'm going to be putting them through my chinois, which is a fine mesh colander. I have it lined with cheesecloth as well. And we're going to start pouring some of this into here very carefully. Under the chinois, I also have an 8-cup measuring cup. And we'll probably have to do this in stages, because this is going to have to strain through into the measuring cup. And I mean, that's a lot of crab apples. Okay, I have moved on to a plan B only because I have enough crabapple juice to do 3 batches of crabapple jelly. And because of that, because I've already put my juice in here for the first batch, so I'm using pints instead of half pints. Now I still will use some of these half pints only because 9 times out of 10 I do a batch of jelly and I always have a little bit more than what the recipe says. So this says you're going to get 8 half pints. I'm probably going to get 9. So then I'll use one of these half pints for that extra little bit to put into, and nothing will go to waste. So we are going to start with making our jelly. I already have my first batch of crabapple jelly juice in my pot. I'm adding 7.5 cups of sugar to it, and then I am also adding a pouch of the liquid pectin. I also had to run down and get some liquid pectin because I only had enough for 2 batches, not for 3. I also looked at lids because I'm looking at getting some wide mouth lids, and I want to see comparable what the price is, because I've ordered before through 4 jars, and I just want to see what the price is with 4 jars comparable what it is in Walmart. And I took a picture of the price in Walmart, and this is for 12 wide mouth lids, $8.47. That's outrageous. So I'm going to be checking out through 4Jars and seeing how much their wide mouth lids are, and I could be ordering through them, just order them online and they get mailed to me. So I am going to start making this jelly and we'll see what we end up with when I'm finished. So far I have one batch completed. Now notice how pink it is in the measuring cup, and then it looks more of a caramel color. It's because I use an organic granulated sugar, and that's what changes the color of the jelly. It doesn't change the taste, it just changes the color. So I have one complete batch finished. I'm on the verge of starting my third batch, and my second batch is in my steam canner. So I'm down in my basement now, and I wanted to bring you along to show you my raspberry cordial. But I just want to put attention onto a note about that organic sugar. I actually don't think I like the idea that it changes the color. I like the fact that crabapple jelly has a natural pinky color, and changing it to a caramel color, I don't think that's a feature I really like about the sugar. So I don't think I'm going to continue to buy the organic sugar. I was getting it from Costco, it's Kirkland brand, and I had tried it because I was watching another gal was using it, and so I thought, okay, well, I'll use it. I mean, even when I was doing up my hummingbird food in the feeder, you know, you mix it with the water and it turns the water kind of a browny color. It almost looks like my water is dirty. So anyways, let's take a look at the raspberry cordial. I said I was going to put it down in my pantry. So this is my pantry where I keep all of my canned, store-bought canned items. But it's dark and it's cool down here. So I put my raspberry cordial down here. And this is what it looks like. So now I need to gently shake it. I don't know what gently is. And then I put it back into the cupboard, and then it sits for a month. And like I had said previously, that even though it's going to sit in there for a month, now every week I'm going to go in there and I'm going to turn it upside down, and then the following week I'm going to turn it right side up, and then the following week turn it upside down. And after a month, so today, I'm not even sure what the date is. I'm off for the summer. I can tell you that it's Wednesday, but I cannot tell you what the date is. It's kind of crazy. You just get kind of lost. So in a month from today, this will be ready, and it's my sister. I ended up sending her a copy of this recipe because she has a bit of raspberries that she would like to try this as well. And she said, do you mix it in something or do you just drink it on its own? Well, it's a liqueur, so you could either mix it in something, you never know. Sometimes they ask for liqueurs to go into certain drinks, or B, you can just put it into a little glass and sip on it and drink it that way. It's totally up to you. You could even maybe put it over some ice cream. I think that would really be good. But we'll find out when it comes to the end and we will be trying this. So I'm still going to bring you along to let you see how things are going with the raspberry cordial and also with my Comfrey plants. So I'm super excited about both, and that I got 3 batches of crabapple jelly So I didn't do any in the half pints. They're all in pints. I was able to fill all 5 jars except for the first batch. I didn't quite have enough to fill one of the 5th jar, but the other 2 batches I was able to fill all 5 jars. So I basically have 15 pints of crabapple jelly. So super excited about that. Last year I didn't get my crab apples picked, and they ended up going, they were bad, they were mushy, and I picked them and gave them to the chickens. The chickens benefited from it. They benefited from it this year, but in a different way. So thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now. So I just also wanted to let you know, I looked into that 4 jars lids, and for 100 lids, if you were to buy them from Walmart, it would cost you $70.56. For 100 lids at 4 jars, it's $41.95. You also have to pay $7.34 for delivery. So now you're looking at basically $50. You're going to save yourself $20 by ordering wide mouth lids through 4 jars. And that includes delivery. So it's kind of a no-brainer. Yeah, I think I'm going to be ordering myself 100 lids, 100 wide mouth lids. Anyways, I wanted to let you know. I had to change. I'm going for a walk and it's scorching hot out there. I don't even know what the temperature is right now, but I walk with a friend and it's 27 degrees Celsius out there. And our walk is about 3.5 kilometers. It takes us about 45 minutes. But when it's hot like this, you're gonna be sweating my butt off when I come back. Anyways, we'll talk to you later.